I've got a couple pretty cool land investments here in Shaniko, Oregon. This is actually an old ghost town outside of like Redmond, Bend area in Oregon. So what a lot of people are doing with these lots, they're making RV sites on them, kind of on a popular highway for road trips and traveling here in Oregon. So my name's Miles McLaughlin, just kicking this video off, letting you know what we do here at Wilco Land is we buy and sell raw land. We're trying to focus on unique and epic properties. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some common questions, some FAQs that our buyers ask. I'm going to talk about how you can view the property, what I know about the property through my due diligence and research, and a little bit more about our business model. So we do offer a self-service business model. The views from this property are awesome. You can see the properties. I own 2 of them out here. I'll show you both these on a map. I'll show you how to access them and what to know about them here in a minute. But you can see here's somebody with an RV pad. People are developing some of these lots out here just along the highway to have RV sites. Got some pretty views behind you, and it's kind of cool. It's an old historic ghost town, and maybe you have a flea market during the summers out here. I don't know. Maybe you're selling, agates and stuff. It just is one of those things. They're unique land investments. We picked them up. We thought they were pretty cool. And I'll go over them here with you here in a second. Just showing you what we own and what we have out here. So, what you can do is I've got some videos from our photographer here. I want to show you guys these properties on a bird's eye view here. So here's Bend, Oregon. Here's Portland. Here's this Highway 97 heading down through Madras, Oregon. And, Mount Hood National Forest is just to your west. And then you've got Prineville to the south here. So there's street views out here in Shaniko. It's kind of cool. It's this old ghost town, right? And so you can kind of look around. Clearly it's being visited because there's 1,000 pictures people have loaded in Shaniko, Oregon. So it's cool. I mean, it really is. There's a handful of people that live here full time. There's a post office. There's like an old hotel out here, and there's a fire station too. So yeah, I mean, you can see, you can kind of play around with clicking around Google and stuff like that. It is what it is. It's a quirky land investment, but it's priced that way too. We've got it priced to make it really affordable. And so that's enough. I'll do enough here, and I'll just give you a bird's eye view, or a street view, I should say. Sorry. You can get on street views and actually look at the properties too here. So you can see our properties are located out here, right out here. And we talked to the guy who works at the hotel in town. He had said people are using properties like this, not necessarily to build residential or build commercial buildings. That could potentially be an option, something commercial, something historic. They want to keep like that historic looking theme to some sort of commercial development. But what the guy said is, and this is all just hearsay, but people are, putting gravel down and running power to the property and just having RV sites out here in Oregon as they're traveling through. So that's kind of a potential use. I do have, it is some sort of, zoning's historic commercial. We've got a little bit, it wants to be Western feeling. So we've got a little bit of information on that. And I've got the GPS coordinates posted right here. If you want to go use the property, camping and RVs are allowed. Septic or a composting toilet for sewer, power presumed to be available, right? So maybe a holding tank for water, maybe you can put a well in. You'll have to work with the state or the city on that development if you do have a true idea on that. My due diligence is pretty surface level. I'm really kind of advertising this as an RV campsite or long-term investment. So again, going back to that self-service model. But if you just click the coordinates here and you plug them into Onyx Maps, just copy and paste them. This is my favorite app to use for land viewings. You can plug them into Google. That's what I did here to find the location. There isn't a developed, quote unquote, developed paved road to the properties, but you can see it's a dirt road going to the property from satellite imagery. We can see that this outline of a road is out there on the property, and I'll show you what we're looking at here. So this is the 0.17 acre that we own right here. You can see that road roughed in. This is called a plat map. So these are 5th Street. You see how there's space between these properties for streets, D Street, 5th Street. The same thing exists over here. So you see my cursor, E Street comes through here. So there's a dedicated space right here. This is what's called a platted easement, like platted access off 5th Street. And you head up north, that brings you to 0.17 acre. We also own this property right here, which is off 97. So you probably want to work with Oregon Department of Transportation for a turnoff off 97. What I would probably do if it were me, I'd come in off 5th Street, I'd go north, and then I'd create my own trail right here. Because technically what we're seeing here is 6th Street should quote unquote run through. If this area got developed on the outside of the city here, just like this spot, this is almost identical. You see here, it's almost identical to here and almost identical to here. This area to the north just hasn't gotten developed. So you can see 5th Street, 4th Street, F Street should continue on. Shaniko Corporation owns most of this stuff. I do think this area could grow over time. It does have some appeal from a historic and a Western standpoint. It is pretty close to Prineville, and there's some sort of landing strip right here too. So that's interesting, right? Shaniko Ranch has a landing strip. So there is some history. There's some unique features out here in recreation for folks to explore nearby, right? We talked about Mount Hood National Forest being right outside of the property, right? If we zoom out, we do have a lot of historic points. We've got Mount Hood just right here. The Dalles and Hood River are just to the north. Talk about, some really popular areas in Washington and Oregon like that. This is close to Prineville. This is close to Redmond and Bend. This offers a pretty cool RV site that's super affordable for somebody to potentially develop or even do some sort of unique kind of commercial or Western idea out here. So that's what we're looking at for these two listings. Like I said, I have a 0.11 acre 2 out here in Shaniko. You can see that right here. So for those interested, get with me. We do offer seller financing. We're in the business of getting deals done. If you do have interest in this, we're willing to come down for cash buyers too and to get a cash sale done. So again, Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. I do have other properties in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, places like that, Montana, Colorado. So get with me if you have questions. Again, you can call us at 605-299-5553. Thanks for tuning in.